Alright, and we are back live. Good evening po sa inyong lahat mga kaguro. And of course, welcome back to Gurong Pinoy. Hello of course sa lahat ng members ng Team Skinner. Ang kasama po natin sa paghahanda para sa licensure examination for teachers for September of this year. No? Mula po Mayo, tayo po ay puspusan ng naghahanda. And of course, tonight nga po, mag-uumpisa na yung mid-review. No? So deepening na po para hindi tayo hindi nyo malimutan na lahat ng konsepto na ating po napag-aralan prior to your LET examination, of course. Now, so, deepening na po tayo ngayon. Sa mga newbies po, of course, habol po tayo. Medyo malawak na no, yung mga kaalaman na naidagdag sa ating pong mga miyembro ng Team Skinner. So, kung kayo po ay kaka-join pa lamang, medyo double time po tayo, i-check po lahat ng ating mga materials, lahat po ng ating mga full-length videos, lahat ng ating mga PDF, dyan po sa ating exclusive group. And so again, if you are still not a member of Team Skinner, magpa-member na po kayo. Just send a message to our Facebook page. Meron po tayong, of course, mid-review discussion, no, 10 sessions sa ating mid-review discussions. Wala pa po doon yung mga special sessions natin. And of course, for our exclusive final coaching, you can all see that on your screen right now. Makakasama po natin, of course, si Coach June, your viral summa cum laude for your social science, and of course, for your general information. Ganon din po si Coach Toto, yung ating top 1 for SPLE March, yung katatapos lamang po na SPLE. And of course, ako po ay inyo pa rin makakasama hanggang sa maabot nyo po yung inyong hinahangad na LPTs, no, na 3 letters at the end of your names, and that would be the letters LPT. Okay? So again, porsigido po tayo po dapat ay maging committed, maging dedikado. Parating na po yung September, no? We only have a little more than 2 months and andyan na po yung LET. Okay? So again, kung hindi ka po member, magpa-member na po. After our mid-review discussion, we are going to have your pre-board on August 9th and 11th. Then of course, we are going to have the final coaching on August 14th. 10 sessions din po ng ating final coaching, and after that, we are going to have the classified files, yung mga sikretong files, sikretong items na of course inyo pong dadalhin bilang bala para mas maging madali, no, yung inyong pagsasagot po ng inyong licensure examination for teachers. So again, just send a message to our Facebook page. If you are watching us on Facebook right now, this is the right Facebook page. If you are watching us on YouTube, of course, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, and of course, go to Facebook later and send a message to our Facebook page. Now, as I've mentioned, today po ay July 17th, we are having our mid-review 1. Bukas po, meron kayong sockside drills with Coach June. Then of course, we are going to have mid-review 2 and mid-review 3 on Wednesday and Thursday. No? So every Friday po, magkakaroon kayo ng math drills with Coach Toto. And so yung ating pong schedule, no, your schedule with me would be MWTH. Kasi nga si Coach Toto po ay available na lamang on Fridays na because he is currently in Saudi Arabia at ang day off po nila doon ay Friday, Saturday. Okay? And of course, ongoing pa rin po yung inyong mid-review discussion for majorship. And so kung ikaw po ay BS Ed graduate, meron din po tayong majorship na lahat po ng klase na major meron dito sa Gurong Pinoy. And so just send a message to our Facebook page. Now, para po mas lalo kayong ganahan, September 2023, top 3, Team Skinner na members now would be receiving 100,000 pesos. Top 2 would be receiving 200,000 pesos. Now, of course, top 1 would receive 300,000 pesos. Hindi na po masama. And of course, this is life-changing. And so, maging committed po tayo. Do your best, magsunog ng kilay, maging dedikado, give it your all, no, para po hindi lamang maging licensed professional teacher, hindi lamang para sa 300,000 pesos, pero of course, it can change your life. Maging ganap po tayong guro hanggang sa tayo po ay maging government or public school teachers. Okay? So again, tonight, we are going to have your mid-review 1 for LET September 2023. Again, please make sure that you like, love, and of course share our video, and if you can also tag your friends so that we can reach out to more people at kahit po sila ay atin din matulungan sa kanila pong paghahanda para sa inyong licensure exam for teachers. Sa mga friends po ninyo na magti-take naman sa March of next year, we will be opening our early registration. So antabayanan niyo po yan dito pa rin po sa ating Facebook page. All right. So again, kindly like, love, and share our video. And of course, let us all start with our opening prayer, just like every time or every night that we have our discussion. Okay? Let's have our opening prayer. Samahan niyo po ako, mga kaguro. Dear Lord, I come to you to ask for your guidance and direction in this study session. I ask that the Holy Spirit fill me with strength, creativity, and understanding to get through my studies without difficulty or sin. Help me hold my focus and attention. Help me to retain all that I learned. Please make my mind sharp and keep distractions at bay. If any part of my studying is weak or lacking in some way, let it be revealed so that I may correct it. Thank you for this opportunity to learn. Amen. Alright, now once again, as I have mentioned, this is mid-review part 1 na po. No? Lahat po to galing sa iba't ibang subjects na ating pong na-discuss. Now, both for Gen Ed and Prof Ed, of course, all parts of your new curriculum. Okay, so deepening na po tayo. Babalikan natin lahat ng items in the hope na makabisado na po, na ma-master na po ito natin. And so kung hindi ka pa po member, again, humabol na po na mag-send na message sa ating Facebook page. Alright, welcome everyone. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao team, international team, newbies, team Thunders. We start with question number 1. Okay, number 1, the concept of paradigm was established by whom? Is it letter A, Thomas Aquinas, letter B, Thomas Kuhn, letter C, Tomas Morato, or letter D, Tom Sawyer? Who is our choice for number 1? Sawadee ka, Sir Ernest Balot Ibanez. Good evening po. Reviewing from Thailand, si Sir Ernest. Sana po magkita tayo dyan sa October po. Nandyan kami sa Thailand, no? So mag-chat na lang po tayo. Facebook user, umabsent sa trabaho. Nako, sana po hindi na nakikinig yung inyong boss. No? Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Alright, number 1, letter B, ang nakikita kong choice. Okay, Thomas Kuhn. Ang sabi po ninyo ay si Thomas Kuhn for number 1. The concept of paradigm was established by whom? Unang-una, ano nga ba yung paradigm? No? When you say paradigm po, ito po ay parte ng ating STS. Kapag ka sinabi mo pong paradigm, this is an underlying principle. Kumbaga, ito po yung pinaniniwalaan ng karamihan at that point in time, no? Or at that moment in history, yan po yung pinaniniwalaang totoo ng karamihan sa mga tao. Okay? So yan po yung paradigm, no? And so yung konsepto pong ito ay binigay sa atin, of course, by letter B. Thomas Kuhn is the correct choice. Okay? So magdiwang congratulations sa mga nakakuha ng tumpak na choice. Good evening, Sir Toto KBL, Coach Toto, nanonood. Sabi niya, lol sa Tomas Morato at Tom Sawyer. Okay, so again, ito po yung structure ng scientific revolution according to Thomas Kuhn. No? So sabi ni Thomas Kuhn, pre-science, hindi pa siya kasama ng Kuhn cycle, no? Yung tinatawag nilang Kuhn cycle. Yung pre-science, wala pang siyensya. Kumbaga, wala pang naka-establish na scientific evidences, scientific beliefs, scientific theories. Okay, so that's pre-science, prior to science. Then comes normal science. No? Pag sinabi mong normal science, meron na pong paradigm, meron ng underlying principle, meron ng pinaniniwalaan na totoo ang mga tao. No? It might not be true sa ating modern day, no, sa ngayon, pero during that time, yun po yung totoo para sa kanila. Bibigyan ko po kayo ng example. Kunwari, yung geocentric theory ni Ptolemy, di ba? Sabi ni Ptolemy, yung center daw ng solar system was the Earth, no? That's the geocentric theory. So during that time, it was normal science. Walang nag-argue, walang nagde-debate, walang nag-criticize, no, sa kanyang paniniwala. Because it was normal then, it was normal science, it was the paradigm. Yun yung pinaniniwalaan nilang tama at totoo, no? That's normal science. Until such time that researches and other studies would come up with evidences that would negate the present paradigm, no? So sabi ng mga studies, for example, no, yung ating pinaniniwalaan na ngayon at alam natin totoo, yung heliocentric theory nga, no? that the sun is the center of the solar system, lumabas na yung mga studies na to, na meron ng mga ebidensya na mali si Ptolemy. And so you'd call this the model drift, no? Merong mga ebidensya lumalabas na nag-negate sa normal science. And so after this, what happens would be number 3, no? Model crisis. That means kino-question na yung normal science, nagkakagulo na. It's already very chaotic, no? May chaos, may kaguluhan, may mga debate, may mga pagpupulong, no? Ano nga ba yung totoo? And so, until it is proven that the right or the new evidences are real, okay? So what happens then would be the model revolution. Of course, when you say revolution, it is the start of something new, no? May revolution, may nag-revolve, may nagbago, okay? And so eventually, there will be paradigm change or paradigm shift, no? Ito din yung ginamit na terms ni Con, paradigm shift. Okay, so again, meron po mga questions sa LET about the different stages of the con cycle. Number 1 po would be the normal science, yung paradigm at that moment. Then you'll have the model drift, no? Some evidences would disagree with normal science. And then you'll have number 3, model crisis. Normal science, the paradigm at that moment would be questioned. There will be chaos, there will be debates, no? As to ano nga ba yung totoo. Until there will be changes, a model revolution, and then suddenly or eventually there will be paradigm change. Okay, so yan po yung sinasabi ni Con. Sabi ni Con, yung science ay hindi nangyayari gradually. Okay, so merong nananatiling paradigm at one moment until such time na siya ay maka-question, and then there's going to be a paradigm shift or paradigm change. Okay? And so letter B po, si Thomas Con, yung ating pong hinahanap dito. Now, what about the rest of our choices? No? So letter A, of course, si Thomas Aquinas, very well known for his logic, di ba? So he is called the common doctor, the angelic doctor, and the doctor of humanity. And of course, he is very well known for his unfinished book, no? Yung unfinished book niya na Summa Theologica. And of course, he is also known for scholastic theology. Theology or religion plus philosophy. Yan po yung binigay sa atin ni Thomas Aquinas sa scholasticism. Yan po yung pinakabunga ng kanyang mga studies. No? So that's Thomas Aquinas. Tomas Morato was a Spanish-born Filipino businessman and a politician of Valencian ethnicity. So kumbaga, abanyaga, no, si Tomas Morato. And he was full-blooded Spanish and naging mayor po siya ng Calauag, Quezon, and eventually he became the first Quezon City mayor from 1939 to 1942. Baka yan po yung lumabas sa inyong Gen Ed or dili naman kaya isa inyong Soksay. Sana alam niyo po na kung sino yung first Quezon City mayor. Your choice would be Tomas Morato. And of course, si Tom Sawyer naman ay isa sa mga characters, no, sa obra ni Mark Twain, aka Samuel Clemens. Ito pong mga names dito ay palagi din po ninyong makikita sa inyong licensure exam for teachers. Now, what is the real name of Mark Twain? And so your answer there would be Samuel Clemens. Or what was the pen name of Samuel Clemens? Your answer would be Mark Twain. Okay, so Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, no? These are some of the characters sa mga libro ni Mark Twain. Alright, but of course, letter B po, ang ating tumpak na choice for number 1. We go to question number 2. Ayan, si Coach Toto, nakikinig kanina. No? Which of the following numbers is a prime number? Would it be letter A, 1, letter B, 3, letter C, 6, or letter D, 12? What is our answer for question number 2? Very easy. Sana alam nating lahat to, no? Alam na alam ito ng ating mga grade 3. Okay, so grade 3, grade 2 yata, alam na natin to. Alright, I see letter B is for number 2. So again, kung hindi ka pa po member sa gurongpinoy, no, sa Team Skinner, you are missing a lot. And so magpa-member po kayo, no? Deepening na po kami ngayon, napagdaanan na po nila lahat ng items na to, no? So we are just trying to master all the items at the moment. So kung kayo po ay magjo-join, habol na po kayo, wag na po kayong magpatumpik-tumpik pa, wag po kayong mag-waste ng time, no? The more time you have for your preparation, the better chances for you to pass the LET, of course. And dito po, of course, sa Gurong Pinoy, hindi po namin kayo pababayaan, dire-diretso po yung ating pagre-review until the day that you take the LET, kasama niyo po kami. Okay, letter B for question number 2. And the correct choice here would be letter B. 3 is a prime number. All right. So again, what is the difference between the terms prime and composite or composite? Okay, so prime number, this is a number that has only 2 factors. No? Yung sinasabi mo pong factors, pag sinabi nating factors sa math, of course, ito po yung ating ginagamit na ito yung ating mga numbers na minumultiply to get a certain product, di ba? So, ang prime mo, ayan po, meron kayong hint, no? Sa word na prime, PR, prime, no? I and me, or one and me, because the only factors of a prime number are the numbers 1 and itself, di ba? So, 1 and me only, that would be your prime numbers, no? So, 3, wala na siyang ibang factors, kundi 3 at 1, okay? So, 1 and 3 lamang yung factors ng number 3 mo, hence 3 is a prime number. Yung composite number mo has more than 2 factors, no? So, sabi dito, composite, colorful factor rainbows. It can form or it can create colorful factor rainbows. That means it has more than 2 factors. More than 2 factors po meron yung isang composite number. Now remember, 0 and 1, na-mention na rin po ito ni Coach Toto, di ba? 0 and 1 are neither prime nor composite. Hindi prime, hindi din composite. These are special numbers. Okay? So we cannot say that 1 is a prime number. Hindi po siya kasama sa ating mga prime numbers. 6, of course, is not a prime number. It is a composite number. Diba? Because you have 1 times 6. Meron ka ding 2 times 3. So meron siyang 4 na factors, hindi lamang 2. Ang letter D mo, 12, you have 1 times 12, you have 2 times 6, diba? You also have 3 times 4. So, 6, no? Yung mga factors natin for number 12. So, again, number 12 is also a composite number. Okay? So, letter B, 3, ang ating pong tumpak na choice. Now, Ma'am Madel, Carillas, Gen Ed po tayo ngayon, no? Sa mga odd numbers po natin, mid-review 1, mid-review 3, 5, these are your Gen Ed parts, no? And of course, yung mga even numbers natin, mid-review 2, ang next nating mid-review, Prof Ed na po siya. Okay, now, aside from this, ano pa ba yung mga common items na inyong makikita sa LET, no? Come September. Ano ba yung mga items na po pwede nyo makita based on your prime numbers? Unang-una, itong question na to. How many prime numbers are there from 1 to 100? Sagot. Okay? Ilang prime numbers from 1 to 100? Dapat ito, memoryado nyo na. Okay? Kahit anong gawin, kahit kayo'y pabaliktarin, pag-splitin, pag-jumping jackin, no? Alam nyo na kung ano yung sagot sa question na to. Ayan, very good. Okay? 25 po ang sagot. Okay? So, prime numbers, the number of prime numbers from 1 to 100, your answer will be 25. Very common item po ito sa inyong LET. Makikita nyo po ito sa inyong LET, I'm pretty sure. Okay, next question. How many prime numbers are there from 1 to 200? Walang Google, ha? Walang Mozilla. Walang ano pa ba? Safari. Okay, so dapat from your brains. Pagganahin ang brain cells, no? The best computers there are. Okay? Or your brain, no? The best computer there is. 50? 100? Samutsari na yung inyong sagot. Now, how many prime numbers are there? From 1 to 200. Ilan total? From 1 to 200? Okay, let's take a look at your answer. No? From 1 to 100, sabi natin kanina, meron pong 25 na prime numbers. Now, from 101 to 200, meron pong 21 total prime numbers. And so, yung inyong pong sagot would be 46 prime numbers. Dinoble nyo lang yung 25, ginawa nyo yung 50, ha? Para-paraan din kayo, okay? The correct choice po would be 46. 46 total from 1 to 200, 46 yan. Tama si Ma'am Jan Maika. Okay, hindi po 100, sabi ni Ma'am Karen Casilaw, ha. Alright, next one. Next common item. What is the largest prime number less than 100? Largest prime number less than 100. Ano po yung inyong magiging choice? Again, kahit pag-splitin, ang tawag dito, pag-relayin kayo, pag-push upin, dapat po alam na ninyo ang choice ninyo, no? Dapat automatic na, hindi na po kailangang ilang minutes, no? Para pong inyong masagot. Although this is a math question, it does not take time to answer. Okay, 97 is the correct choice. Okay, so letter A, 97 is tumpak. Last question. What is the largest prime number less than 200? What would be your choice? Okay, less than 200, the largest prime number. Facebook user says 199. Si Ma'am Karen Kasilaw, nakakadalawang mention na si Ma'am Karen ha, 199. Ma'am Antoinette Kaburian, 199, and that would be the right choice. Okay, so Ma'am Kat Alonso, tama po. 199 ang ating pong tumpak na choice. Okay, so these are the most common questions that you can find in your LEP according to this item, no, sa konseptong ito, prime number. O, screenshot na. But of course, if you are a member of Team Skinner, you don't need to screenshot this. Diretso po yung ating PDF right after our discussion. Okay, so number 2, letter B, ang tumpak. We go to question number 3 at 16. Ito, isa din sa mga paboritong topiko, no, or topics ng LEP. Si Gato Rizal, si Lolo Pepe, si Tito Ote. No? So at 16, Rizal experienced his first romance. He fell in love with which girl? Letter A, Segunda Katigbak. Letter B, Leonor Rivera. Letter C, Gertrude Beckett. Or letter D, Leonor Valenzuela. Sino pong ating tumpak na choice? Mga marites dyan, no? Yung mga alam na alam ang buhay ni Tito Ote. Sino pong ating tumpak na choice? For number 3, I see a lot of letter A's. Medyo late na nga siyang naka-experience sa kanyang first romance, di ba? 16? Kayo ba, kailan kayo naka-experience ng inyong first romance, no? Medyo late na si Tito Ote. Ako, parang naaalala ko, grade 1 pa lang ako, may crush na ako eh. Crush pa lang naman, no? Hindi pa first romance. Okay, so number 3, I see letter A's. And the correct choice, of course, would be letter A, Segunda Katigbak, no? So yan, naaalala ng ibang tao, no? Ay, wow, si Facebook user, 12 yata ako. Okay, grade 1, ikaw naman, crush pa lang naman po, hindi pa po boyfriend, okay? And so, again, no, for number 3, Segunda Katigbak, ang ating pong tumpak na choice. So again, inuulit-ulit natin, siya yung segunda na first, okay? So, segunda na first, that will be Segunda Katigbak, the first love of Tito Ote or Lolo Pepe. Okay, let's take a look at all the girls that he loved before, no? Segunda Katigbak, again, ang segundang una, ito yung kanyang puppy love. But then again, during that time, no, nung nagkaroon siya ng puppy love kay Segunda Katigbak, na kamukha ni Claudine Barreto, ay engaged na po si Segunda Katigbak sa townmate din ni Tito Ote na si Manuel Luz. And so, medyo luhaan, no? Walang pag-asa. Wala nang pag-asa. Yung love na yon, yung puppy love na yon, kasi nga, magpapakasal na si Segunda Katigbak. Okay, next one, Leonor Valenzuela. Ito po yung kanyang ginamitan ng invisible ink, di ba? Pinaghirapan ni Tito Ote, no? Nag-invisible ink pa siya para lamang mabasa ni Leonor Valenzuela yung kanilang pagsusulatan, no? Yung kanilang love letters. Then of course, one true love, yung kanyang totga, the one that got away, no? Si Miss Leonor Rivera. Ito po yung tinatawag nating bawal na pag-ibig ni Lolo Pepe because of course they are cousins, and eventually si Leonor Rivera po ay nagpakasal kay Henry Kipping, no? Lumalabas din po yan sa inyong licensure exam. So sana po ay matandaan nyo, Henry Kipping was the husband of his totga, Leonor Rivera. Okay, next one, Consuelo Ortiga. She was the daughter of a frequented house. Alam niyo po kasi, si Lolo Pepe or si Tito Ote ay medyo kilabot ng mga boarding house. Okay? So yan po. Marami siyang ka-fling sa mga boarding houses. No? So ito po, si Consuelo Ortiga ay nakilala niya sa isang bahay. No? Isang bahay na palagi nilang tinatambayan, kumbaga, ng kanyang mga kaibigan. No? Si Consuelo Ortiga po ay anak ng may-ari ng bahay na yon, no? And sabi nila, no, meron pa po siyang sinulat na tula na pinamagatan niyang Ala Señorita Coypi, no? And Coypi of course stands for Consuelo Ortiga. Mahirap maging pogi. Okay, ayan, ang dami niyang baby girls. Next one, si Osei San, no? Ngayon ay parang napaka-common ng itsura kasi parang kay novela, di ba? Si Osei San naman po ay tutor at interpreter ni Lolo Pepe, no? She was known, her real name was Seiko Osui. But she was known as Osei San. No? She, of course, was Japanese. Next one, Gertrude Beckett. Ito yung sinasabi nilang hindi nasukli ang pag-ibig ni Jose Rizal. No? So, na-in love siya kay Gertrude Beckett. Tinatawag niya si Gertrude Beckett na Getty. At siya naman po ay tinatawag na Gertrude Beckett na Petty. Pero hindi po na-in love sa kanya si Gertrude or Gertrude Beckett. Hindi ko po alam, no? Kaya Beckett, Gertrude. Gertrude Beckett. Beckett, hindi ka na-in love kay Lolo, no? Kay Lolo Pepe. And she was also a landlord's daughter. Anak din po siya ng landlord, di ba? Kilabot ng mga boarding houses si Lolo Pepe. Next one, Nelly Boasted. Si Nelly Boasted naman po ay naging dahilan ng pag-aaway ni Gato Rizal at ni Antonio Luna. Okay, so nagduelo pa sila para kay Nelly Boasted, no? But eventually, hindi din naman nagbunga. Next one, Suzanne Jacobi. Ito, boardmate naman niya sa Germany, di ba? Palagi talagang merong mga ka-fling siya sa boarding house niya. Okay, so boardmate niya sa Germany, yan po si Miss Suzanne Jacobi. And of course, ang pinakahuli, no? Kasi natsugi na nga siya, no? Kaya pinakahuli na si Miss Josephine Bracken. No? Some people would claim that they were married, others would claim na hindi daw legal yung kanilang pagpapakasal kasi hindi siya rehistrado or something. No? So, Miss Josephine Bracken was the adopted daughter of a patient from Hong Kong. Okay, so that's Josephine Bracken, the last love of Gato Rizal, because of course during that time he was executed na, no, at the age of 35. Okay, so siguro nga medyo nag-double time siya kasi baka alam niya, no, meron siyang pakiramdam na siya ay matutsugi ng early. Okay, so double time na siya sa pag-ibig. Alright, so again, these are all the girls that he loved before. And of course, if you are a member of Team Skinner, this PDF file would be made available for you right after our discussion. Okay, we move on with number 4. The vertex of an isosceles triangle is 20 degrees. What is the measure of one of the base angles? Letter A, 150 degrees. Letter B, 75 degrees. Letter C, 80 degrees. Or letter D, 90 degrees. What is our choice? Moving on from the chick boy, Dr. Rizal. Okay, number 4, I see a lot of letter C's. Tama kaya? Baka meron pa kayong hangover kay Tito Ote. Okay, number 4, letter C, the vertex of an isosceles triangle daw is 20 degrees. Now, what is the measure of one of the base angles? The correct choice here is tumpak po kayo. That would be letter C, 80 degrees. Now, you have to remember that the sum of the internal angles, so the angles of your triangle, is always 180 degrees. Again, the sum of all the angles of your triangle would always be equal to 180 degrees. No? So, kapag meron kang total na 180 degrees, of course, ima-minus nyo po dyan yung inyong 20 degrees sa given, meron ka na lamang 160 na natitira. Pero sabi dito, we are looking for the measure of one of the base angles, okay? And this is an isosceles triangle. Remember, if you say isosceles triangle, two of its sides are equal, okay? So, we assume that two of its angles are also equal, no? So, we simply divide 160 by 2, we have 80 degrees, letter C, ang ating pong tumpak na choice. Okay, we go to number 5, but before that, no, I've also included some other types of triangles here, by side and by angle, kasi baka ito po yung lumabas sa inyong licensure exam for teachers. So again, as mentioned, no, equilateral triangle, this is a triangle with 3 equal sides. All sides or all angles equal 60 degrees. Now remember, 60 times 3 is 180 because all angles, the sum of all angles would always be equal to 180 degrees. Now the second type based on side is isosceles. Now, so 2 equal sides, 2 equal angles. Ito po yung example natin kanina sa ating question. Scalene, no equal sides, no equal angles. Okay, that's the different types of angles based on the side. Now, based on the angles, okay, we have right triangle. This is a triangle with one angle equal to 90 degrees, no? So ito po yung inyong 90-degree angle, no? So if you have your two perpendicular lines, then they would make your 90-degree angle, your right angle. Okay, so your right triangle has one angle equal to 90 degrees, or sa makatuwid po, meron siyang isang right angle. Okay? Acute triangle. This is a triangle with all angles less than 90 degrees. Now, your obtuse naman, it has one angle greater than 90 degrees. Okay? So, sana po inyong maalala, at hindi ko alam, baka ito po yung mga lumitaw sa inyong licensure exam for teachers on September. We go to number 5. It is a media distribution model wherein customers are drawn to a brand by means of search engine optimization, or SEO, as well as other non-intrusive techniques. Would this be letter A, push media, letter B, pull media, letter C, ambition stairway, or letter D, new media? What is our choice? Batiin ko lamang isa sa ating mga passers, Ma'am Rini Ragudo. Thank you so much, Ma'am Meg. I passed the board exam. Very highly recommended po talaga yung review center niyo po. And I am very proud na nag-invest ako sa review center mo. Proud Team Brunner Section A. More power po sa review center niyo. And to all who want to pass the let's sali na po kayo sa review center ni Ma'am Mekno. Very legit. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Rini Ragudo. Thank you po. Okay, number 5, letter B. Tama ba? Okay, so again, if you'd want to enjoy the full-length video, dire-diretso until item 30. And of course, para po makasali kayo sa ating mga online quizzes, makuha yung 300,000, no, kapag kayo ay mag-top 1, no, magpa-member po kayo sa Team Skinner. Just send a message to our Facebook page, makakapag-download po kayo ng ating mga files, and of course, dire-diretso po yung ating pagre-review. May pre-board po tayo, may final coaching, may classified files discussion. Okay, number 5, letter B. Nakikita kong choice. So yung pinaka-hint nyo po dito would be the term drawn, no? So customers are drawn, para siyang magnet, di ba? You are drawn. Okay, customers are drawn, and you are using non-intrusive techniques. Kumbaga, hindi intrusive, no? Yung hindi ka nakaka-apekto na sa kanyang privacy, sa kanyang peace of mind, di ba? So non-intrusive techniques, and the customers are the ones that are drawn. The correct choice here would be letter B, pull media. Okay, so good evening. Batiin ko lamang lahat ng mga reviews natin na nasa call center, no? Yung mga call center agents natin, good evening po. Dahil ito po ay may relationship na medyo related sa ating mga call center agents. Alright? So call center agents, mag-hello ka po sa ating comment box, no? So, you have two types of marketing sa ating new media, no? Using new media, yung media na meron tayo ngayon, the first one would be push marketing, the second one would be pull marketing, no? So, ito yung ating hinahanap dahil meron ka mga terms dito kanina that customers are drawn to it, okay? Customers are drawn. Non-intrusive techniques, di ba? So, ang push marketing mo, if you are a call center agent, alam mo to, no? This is using your outbound strategy. Kumbaga, ikaw yung tumatawag sa customer at ikaw yung nangungumbinse na sige po, itry niyo po yung bago naming produkto, bibigay po namin sa inyo ng libre for 1 week, etc., etc. No? So, this would help new brands get off their feet. It's good for niche markets. Ang disadvantage po nito, wala siyang targeted approach, no? And of course, it can be more expensive. Hello po, good evening, Ma'am Izay Nashuman, isa sa ating mga original members sa LPT na din, of course. Hello po, good evening. Now, pull marketing, ito naman po yung gumagamit ng strategy na inbound, okay? So, kumbaga, yung customer, yung tumatawag sa inyo, di ba? The customers are the ones that are drawn. Kayo yung hinahanap ng customer, hindi kayo yung nagpo-push ng inyong produkto sa customers. Okay? So, yung mga advantages nito, the users or the customers already know what they are looking looking for. And of course, it's already targeted, it engages the customer. Your cons, it requires constant attention, and it works best when there is already brand loyalty. Kumbaga, magiging successful yung marketing strategy na to kapag medyo established na yung brand, no? So, hindi ka naman pupuntahan ng mga tao kung hindi ka magaling, di ba? Hindi ka naman bibilhin ng mga tao kung hindi maganda yung reviews mo, di ba? So, push marketing outbound. Kayo po yung nagpupush ng inyong mga marketing strategies, marketing materials sa mga customers. Ang pull marketing naman, it's inbound. Yung customer mismo yung tatawag sa inyo, customer mismo yung magsi-search, no? Kung ano yung magandang ganito, sana ako makakabili ng ganito na etc. Alright, so letter B, pull media po ang ating hinahanap. Sana po naintindihan ang pagkakaiba ng ating push media and pull media. We've also already mentioned letter D, no, new media. Yung media na ating ginagamit ngayon, hindi na lamang television, newspaper, magazines, o radyo, no? Now, ano naman yung ambition stairway? Ayon po sa ambition stairway, dapat alam mo ang klase ng media or medium na inyong gagamitin depende sa epekto na gusto mo after communication, no? So, sabi dito, ambition stairway, you have to choose the right kind of medium or media dependent on the effect you want after the communication. For example, if gusto mo lamang na magkaroon ng ideya or data or information yung mga tao, pwede kang gumamit ng print media, no? Flyer lamang. Kung gusto mong makakuha ng personal information ng mga tao, pwede kang magbigay ng forms, di ba? Kung gusto mo namang makakuha ng opinion, gagamit ka ng polls, okay? So, ambition stairway, kumbaga ikaw ay isang ambisyosa, no? So, medyo, kung ano yung gusto mo, kung anong ambisyon mo, kailangan gumamit ka ng tamang medium or media para sa kung anong gusto mo, no? Anong level of engagement or anong epekto gusto mong magkaroon after sending out a certain communication. Okay? So, but for number 5 po, letter B ang ating hinahanap. Okay, we go to number 6. Ma'am Marivic Maluya, no, mahina yung signal. Okay lang po, pwede pong balikan later, no? Especially if you're a member of Team Skinner. Okay, number 6. On March 12, 2020, President Duterte announced a partial lockdown covering the entirety of Metro Manila. That was later put into place on March 15th. The lockdown was further expanded on March 16th when President Duterte imposed the ECQ throughout the entire island of Luzon and its associated islands. So what communication flow is shown? Would this be letter A, downward communication? Letter B, upward communication? Letter C, horizontal communication? Or letter D, crosswise communication? Okay, so si President Duterte daw nag-announce na magkakaroon ng ECQ, ng lockdown, etc., etc. This, of course, happened during the pandemic, no? So what communication flow is shown here? Downward communication. So, of course, when you say downward, no, downward, mula sa taas, papunta sa baba. Upward communication, letter B, kabaliktaran. Horizontal communication, di ba? Iba din, no? Pahalang siya, no? Ganyan yung horizontal. And of course, you have crosswise communication. Okay, what is our choice? What is your choice for number 6? I see a lot of letter A's. And of course, letter A po ang ating tumpak na choice dito. Na downward, from up, going down. Because when you say downward communication, galing sa higher ups, galing sa may katungkulan, papunta sa lower rank, no? So galing sa gobyerno, papunta sa mga constituents. That would be downward communication. Upward communication is the opposite, no? From lower rank to higher ups. Kunwari, merong nagwiwelga, di ba? So lower rank to higher ups po yan. Then you have horizontal communication, letter C. This is between people having the same ranks. Pag parehas kayo ng ranko, for example, pare-parehas kayong teacher 1, no? Pare-parehas kayo nagpa-practice teach, okay? And you communicate with each other, that would be horizontal communication. Hindi na lamang pagmamarites po yung tawag doon, no? Horizontal communication po yung tawag doon. Parehas kayo ng rango, okay? O parehas kayo ng level. Now, crosswise communication naman, this happens, this is a type of communication between people from different departments, different ranks, or even outside the organization. So, kahit sino po pwede na pong mag-join sa crosswise communication. But of course, yung ating pong hinahanap was downward, no? Downward communication. We go to number 7. Which of the following has the longest perimeter? Letter A, a square whose side measures 22 centimeters. Letter B, a rectangle whose sides measure 22 centimeters and 23 centimeters. Letter C, an equilateral triangle with side 24 cm. Letter D, a circle with radius of 13 cm. Aba, medyo for the memorize na ng mga persons, ha? Mukhang hindi na nagsosolve yung mga persons, for the memorize na. Okay, familiar na no, sa question. Okay, so again, medyo lugi ka po kung ikaw hindi pa po member ng Team Skinner at kung ikaw po ay medyo naguguluhan, nagugulumihan, no, sa kung anong nangyayari, ba't ang bilis nilang sumagot, dahil sila po ay nahasa na, dahil sila po ay members na ng Team Skinner, no? So magpa-member na po kayo para po kayo ay mahasa, meron pa po tayong chance, meron pa po tayong time para magpa-member and of course para mag-prepare sa inyo pong LET. Okay, so we still have a little more than 2 months. Habol na po kayo. Hello, Coach Toto, sabi ni Ma'am Jolly Marie. Facebook user na late. Sige po, habol. Okay, so number 7, we are looking for the one with the longest perimeter. Okay, longest perimeter. Ma'am Marlene Baldo, mag-send lamang po ng message dito sa page na to pagkatapos po ng ating live. Okay, so if you are looking at these different items, so puntahan po muna natin yung ating formula for perimeter. Okay, so again, when you say perimeter, magkaiba po sila ng area, di ba? Yung pag sinabi mong area, the space it covers, no? Ang spasyo na kinakain ng isang shape. Pero pag sinabi mo pong perimeter, you're only taking into consideration the different sides, no? So sum of all sides, yung perimeter. Okay, so here, if you have a triangle, its perimeter would be A plus B plus C. Yan lang po kasimple, di ba? So A plus B plus C, sum of all sides. If you have a square, that would be side times 4. Bakit times 4? Because of course, lahat po ng 4 na sides ng inyong square, pare-parehas lamang. Kaya po siya tinawag na square, no? Equal po yung kanyang 4 sides. Next one, rectangle. Your perimeter would be equal to 2 times the quantity length plus width. Okay, so length plus width times 2, that would be the perimeter of your rectangle. So circle mo naman, it would be 2 pi r, no? So 2 pi r, okay? So 2 times pi times the radius, or 2 times the radius times pi, no? Ganyan pa rin po naman, no? It doesn't make any difference, no? Kahit na pinabalik-baliktad mo yung mga items mo dyan. All right, so let's take a look at the different items that we have here. Unang-una, square, whose side measures 22 cm. And so let's take a look at the formula for your square. Perimeter would be 4 times S, no? 4 times the side, okay? So for letter A, P equals 4 times the side, or 4 times 22 centimeters. And so the perimeter would be 88 centimeters, okay? 88 centimeters po for letter A. Letter B, that's a rectangle. And so your formula would be 2 times the quantity length plus width. All right? So perimeter there would be 2 times the quantity length plus width. Your length, of course, length would be mas mahaba, di ba? So length po would be 23 cm and the width would be 22 cm. No? So 23 cm plus 22 cm, you add this up first. No? That would be 2 2 times 45 centimeters. Saan nanggaling yung 45? Dito po siya nanggaling sa sum ng 23 at 22 mo. No? So 2 times 45 centimeters, that would be 90 cm. So ligwakers na po itong letter A because of course 90 is longer than 88. Alright, next one. Again, Ma'am Apple de la Peña, mag-send lamang po na message later. Okay, letter C. Equilateral triangle. Triangle with 3 equal sides. No? So, P would just be 3 times S. Bakit 3 times S? Because all 3 sides of your equilateral triangle are equal. Diba? So, 3 times S lamang yung ating gagamitin. That's 3 times 24. And 3 times 24 is 72 centimeters. And lastly, you have a circle with radius of 13 centimeters. Your formula is 2 pi r. Diba? 2 times pi times r. And so perimeter here would be 2 times pi times r, 2 times 3.14, the value for pi, times 13 cm. Your value for perimeter would be 81.64. Okay? And so the correct choice here would be letter B. No? 90 cm po ang letter B. Okay? Ma'am Junaisa, mag-send lamang po na message sa ating Facebook page. Okay? So sana po ay naintindihan kung bakit po letter B ang ating tumpak na choice. Hello po sa lahat ng ating mga new members. Si Ma'am Rosemary Camugaw. Good evening po. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so letter B ang ating pong tumpak na choice. We go to number 8. The members of the House of Representatives shall be elected for a term of blank. Letter A, 4 years. Letter B, 3 years. Letter C, 6 years. Or letter D, 2 years. What is our choice? Ayan, basahin ko lamang ha. From Madeline Empleo, start from almost zero kasi talagang limot ko na ang math, konti lang knowledge sa Gen Ed. Tapos bago sa akin ang Prof Ed, thank you so much Gurong Pinoy, medyo kahit papaano, alam ko may alam na ako, malayo pa pero umusad na kahit papaano at nakakasagot na sa mga questions. Sana makapasa sa LET. Pa-member na kayo guys. Maraming salamat Ma'am Madeline Empleo. Okay? So magpa-member na po kayo, no? Para po kayo ay hindi maiwan sa ere. Sakay na po kayo sa aming barko, no? At tayo po ay sama-samang maghanda para sa inyo pong exam, no? Masaya po dito sa Gurong Pinoy. Okay, letter B for number 8. Now we are talking about your House of Representatives. Mas commonly called, no? Like commonly called as your congressmen and congresswomen, no? So mga kongresista, your House of Representatives. The correct choice here, of course, would be letter B, 3 years po, no? So ito, yung tatlong branches ng ating gobyerno, you have your executive department, yung nag-execute, no? Nagpapamalakad or nagpapatupad ng ating pong mga batas. Kasama dyan yung inyong presidente at vice-presidente. Yung president mo po, ang termino ay 6 years, walang re-election. Hindi po pwede yung re-election. Ang vice president po pwedeng 2 consecutive terms with 6 years per term. Okay, so 6 years per term din siya, po pwede pong may 2 consecutive terms. No? So inyo pong legislative department, ito po yung tagagawa ng ating law, no? Lawmaking bodies mo, yung Senado, at of course yung inyong mga representatives. Now your Senate, po pwedeng 2 consecutive terms with 6 years per term, no? Sa inyo naman pong representatives, 3 consecutive terms po pwede with 3 years per term. Okay, parehas po sila ng inyong mga mayors, di ba? Vice mayors, parehas. Ang judicial department mo naman, ito yung inyong mga korte. Wala pong term limit. Basta they are doing or they are holding office with good behavior until they reach the age of 70 or become incapacitated, no? Hindi na kaya. Okay, hindi na nila kaya, 70 or hindi na kaya, po pwede na magretiro, no? Basta in good behavior lamang yung ating mga judges, no? Yung mga hukom natin. Okay, but we were looking for letter B, 3 years po for this item. Okay, number 9. The following are roles of science and technology except letter A. Improve people's life po dapat or lives. No, letter B, improve food production. Letter C, catalyze economic growth. Or letter D, destroys livelihood. What is our choice? Sana hindi na malikmata, sana po hindi na bulag, gaya ng pagiging bulag nyo sa pag-ibig. Okay? So sana kung sa pag-ibig po kayo ay nabubulag, dito po sana hindi. No? Wow! For the yabang, si Sir Kate, ha? Okay, bonus daw, sabi niya. Sure na, sure na. Okay, odd one out, of course. So we are looking for the exception. The correct choice here, of course, would be letter D. Siya lang naman yung negative, di ba? All three here are positive. Improve the lives of people, improve food production, and of course, catalyze economic growth. No, mas naging mabilis ang economic growth. Okay, so letter D destroys livelihood, ang ating pong tumpak na choice. Number 10, it refers to any product of human intellect that is unique and has value in the marketplace. This covers ideas, inventions, unique name, computer program codes, and many more. Would this be letter A, computer ethics? Letter B, privacy. Letter C, intellectual property. Or letter D, cyber law? What is our choice? Number 10. So again, if you are still not a member, you are here at the right Facebook page. Mag-send po na message right after our free live. Okay? Kasi patapos na po yung ating free live, no? Magiging exclusive na lang po siya sa ating mga members. Okay? So again, magpa-member po kayo. Hindi po kayo magsisisi at hindi po siya kasing mahal kaysa sa ibang review centers. Okay, number 10, letter C. And of course, that would be the right choice. Okay, so medyo mainit ito, di ba? Yung tape and GMA versus TVJ, no? So, pinagbabatihan, no? Sila po ay napunta na sa hukom yata, no? Sa ating mga korte, no? Sino ba talaga yung gumawa or unang gumamit, no, unang nag-coin ng term na Itbulaga. Okay? So, intellectual property po yan. Covers idea, po pwedeng invention, unique name, computer program codes, and many more. Now, what about the rest of your choices? Computer ethics po, this is a set of commonly agreed principles that govern the use of computers. Paano nga ba gamitin ng computers? No? That's computer ethics. Freedom from unauthorized access to private data naman, ang privacy. No? So, dapat private, you have to respect someone's privacy. Hindi ka post ng inyong private chat, no? So, hindi po pwede. And of course, letter D, cyber law. This deals with the legal aspects of cyberspace, the internet, and computing. So law that governs the cyberspace, that governs the use of the internet, and of course the use of computers. Okay, so the correct choice is letter C here. Number 11, it is a fundamental change in approach or underlying assumptions. Letter A, physics. Letter B, philosophy. Letter C, chronology. Or letter D, paradigm shift. What is our choice for number 11? Okay, number 11. Ano po yung inyong choice for number 11?